What it do, everybody? I'm Tevren.
And I'm Ollie.
This is
TevOllie Talk.
All right, so today we are going to be talking about five. Ooh, I'm ashy. Five. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cliches about love that we think, or some of them I think, are complete BS. And y'all can let us know what y'all think in the comments. And before we get started, do us a favor, like this video, subscribe to our channel, and share this video to as many people as you know. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers, so please help us on our journey so we can keep going, keep doing what we're doing, and keep doing what you love us to do.
If you do love us. Let us know.
Do y'all love us?
Do y'all love us? Anyways.
All right. We'll talk about that.
Cliche number 1. Now, we researched. We found an article. We found it hilarious.
Yeah.
But we found an article, and we kind of went through. There were more steps than, or more cliches than what we're talking about today. Yeah, it was like 10 to 15 of them, and we picked out 5 of them that we wanted to talk about that we felt like were BS. Number 1, love means never having to say I'm sorry.
They gave me trap gas. That one made me belch.
Okay, so of course, you have to say I'm sorry when you're in love, when you're in a relationship, when you're not in a relationship, when you're a parent, when you're a co-worker, when you're a boss.
Who uncle wrote this? Get your uncle.
Uncle Ike.
Uncle Ike. I ain't never saying I'm sorry.
You must say you're sorry, especially when you're wrong. Like, that's when you say you're sorry.
I guess I get what they're trying to say. Like, they're trying to say, if you love them, you should never have to say you're sorry. That is not real. Yeah, like, I guess they should just know.
Okay. See,
man, people feel differently every day.
And I didn't know if it meant that you don't do something where you have to say I'm sorry, or if it was like, I don't have to say I'm sorry because they already know.
Yeah, you should know. I don't know. I hope that ain't.
I don't know which way this is meant, but either way, things are gonna happen where you have to say I'm sorry. So it's not gonna. Nobody is perfect, and you're not gonna end up going through your whole entire relationship
not saying you're sorry
and not do anything that you have to say sorry about.
If you do, somebody's suffering.
Absolutely. Somebody is suffering because you don't know how to apologize.
Man.
It is necessary. Also, we're going to talk about this later, but you need to apologize in front of your kids if you brought up something in front of your children, if there was a disagreement or you
made your wife cry in front of your kids. Bring the whole family in the living room and put on the show. All right?
Say I'm sorry.
Say you're sorry in front of your kids.
And for you, kids, and for the wife or girlfriend or boyfriend or whatever. It needs to be as loud as the disrespect. I mean, we talk about it all day, but you really got to do some stuff about that.
Got big.
And your eyes are not big at all. Okay.
Look like a serial killer.
All right. So, I mean, do you think that we covered number 1? Come on.
This is what I think it should be.
All right.
All right. Love means you should be able to say that you're sorry. Because if you love somebody and you do something that you may not even know hurt them, all right? Sometimes we do things like my parents been married for 20-something years, and they have to apologize. Like, it happens, all right? It happens. It's going to happen. It's going to keep happening. You're going to upset the other person. Nobody's perfect. People got to get out of that. Ugh. If you love somebody and you hurt them, bring them to the side, give them a genuine, sincere apology, and do what you can to make sure that pain is not a repeat over and over again.
Also, you need to take like a good look at yourself and put yourself in that other person's shoes. Empathy, man. You have the words today. You got the words today.
This is the ball. This is me. All right, I'm on the ball.
But no, empathy is very important. I mean, you could have done something. You could have snapped, or you could have been a little had a little attitude with something and you didn't even realize that you had it because of stress, because of whatever is going on.
Yeah.
But you need to take an assessment of yourself and your entire day and come back and say, hey, I'm sorry that I came in here like that.
I was tripping.
Earlier this morning, I was in a rush and I was a little snappy with you, and I'm sorry. I've done it. I did it the other day. My man asked me to come and talk to him about something serious. I was in the middle of doing something, and I didn't know what he was very vague with it, and there's nothing wrong with that, but he just said, come and talk to me, come and talk to me, come and talk to me. And I'm like, what? We talked about what it was. I found out that it was something serious, and I had to apologize right then and there. I am so sorry I came in here like that. I didn't know.
Because I needed you.
Absolutely. I didn't know, and I'm sorry. And it is no problem at all, and I can do it in front of nobody or everybody. Whomever. I mean, we teaching English and vocabulary as well. So, but no, there's no teaching here. We just bringing up our own experiences. Anyways, let's move on to number 2.
Dose.
Oh, Spanish.
Yeah.
All right. Opposites attract.
BS.
I will say to a certain extent, but it is on like the lines of there's something that I'm lacking here, but this person is very strong with that.
Yeah.
Like if I am a closed-in introvert and I get with somebody that's a little more outgoing but not too much, because introverts, we don't deal with the overlap, overextended.
Let's go out. Some people don't want,
but
like,
there's
that could be a
somebody
problem.
that has enough in them, just a little bit, to bring you out of it, take you out of your comfort zone, because it can get a little depressing at times, or whatever the case may be, or you feel bad about it sometimes.
Yeah.
But there's people out there that are opposite.
Yeah.
And they know what to do. And they can bring you out of that. That's a whole nother scenario. So I will say there's like an extent to it. But you need like-minded people at the same time.
Yeah, y'all got to be on the same page.
At least we believe that. I mean, it's necessary. And the reason why we believe that is because it works for us.
Yeah.
We are like the same. We're dealing with the same things. And it is...
Most of the couples that I know that have been like around forever,
they deal with the same things.
they are kind of...
They're the same.
They even look alike.
Well, people start to look alike.
People might think we look alike.
Yeah, now, because we've been together
We've been feeding each other.
Yeah.
Feed them long enough, they look like.
Well, I mean, I really feel like that's necessary for you guys, when you're involved with someone, to have a plethora of things in common.
Yes.
I don't think it should be like all the way at two ends of the spectrum
Just
all.
one fire, one ice.
Yeah, because that's dangerous.
You might put that flame out.
Yeah, or somebody might melt. The thing is, it is very...
Right. Come on now.
Stop it! We don't need to have all these antics. We're talking to people. But yeah, I feel like you have to meet kind of in the middle with it. One complements the other. Let's get to complementing, not necessarily opposite.
Yeah.
If that's a thing. If we can make that a thing. Anyways, let's move on to number 3. I put up 2 fingers at first. Anyway, 3. Once a cheater, always a cheater. I'm gonna let you take the lead on this one first because I got some things to say.
I don't think that's true. I don't. Because you have one-time offenders.
Right.
You have people who were that way and then they grow up. And then you just have your habitual cheaters. Like you have habitual everythings. You got habitual eaters. You got habitual criers. You cry once, that don't make you a crybaby. So I think if you cheat once, that don't make you a habitual cheater.
Okay.
That's just my...
It makes sense.
Yeah.
And I get it. The thing is, I would not group cheating in every single category of what people would do all the time or not do all the time. Because for me and my understanding of it, like, cheating is very serious. And I'm not saying that I'm a saint or I've never done anything bad or wrong or anything like that, or you've never cheated, I never cheated, so we can just talk about it. Like, no, I'm not saying it like that. I'm just saying that there is a lot of hurt behind cheating. Mm-hmm. And there is a lot that is damaged behind cheating. And it is, you can't really blame a person for thinking that this is going to happen again. Because it took a lot for you to get here in the first place. A lot of people will have that understanding of it. And I can't blame a person for thinking that if you cheated on me, you are already too far gone.
I mean, I can understand that. Like, you may not trust that one person again, and it takes a lot to rebound from it.
Yeah.
Some people can't get enough.
Absolutely. And a lot of people have ruined it for you know what I'm saying? If you really genuinely made a mistake, and that's the thing, that's true. That's
wrong
a true
place, wrong time.
Right. So whatever. I mean, don't say that. But like, you know, something, you really made a mistake, emotions took a hold of you or got the best of you, you know, and you made like something happen that wasn't supposed to happen and you'll never do it again. I understand that. And, you know, you can't say if you deserve a second chance or not, though.
No, you can't. That's up to the person that you hurt.
And so that's why I feel like we have to rule this one out as being true. Like, rule it in, actually, as being true. Because it's hard. Now, I'm sorry. I know you disagree. Yeah. It's BS for him.
It is.
And I get that reason, too. But trust is a MF'er.
Yeah. But here's the thing. Here's the flip side. Just because you don't trust somebody, don't mean that they cheating on you. Okay. You know, your ex could cheat on you a lot. He could just be, or she could just be a dog. Mm-hmm. Or a cat. I don't know what a woman who does, whatever. A mouse.
A cheater. Let's just call it that.
All right. Well, men are
mouse. Dogs. She could be a mouse.
But, you know, and if that's the case, let that person, like, wallow in their own sins. Mm-hmm. They're going to get their karma. It's going to come back on them. Just like you have to give everybody a fair chance. I mean, it's hard. It's easier said than done. But, you know, I may have had an experience where somebody just completely hurt me, disregarded me in a relationship. And then I get with you, and then now you left trying to put Band-Aids all over that. Yeah. And that's not fair.
I understand.
And you know, that's why I say it's BS, because we have to sometimes look past that, like, you know, when everybody's a cheater. You think like that, then.
It's so hard because a lot of people are very overprotective after being hurt.
Yes.
And you want to believe that, you know, if they're going to cheat once, they're going to cheat again, because it took a lot to get there in the first place. But taking into account that a person may learn their lesson is something that takes a lot of maturity. It takes a lot of patience. It takes a lot of reflecting and being all right with your decision that you made. And so it's big. It's a lot of work with that.
Yes, it is.
There is a whole lot of work with it. It takes a lot of work. If you have been cheated on,
trust is the hardest thing.
Yeah, or if you have cheated, you know, like, you have to go back to trusting yourself. Am I going to be all right in my relationship?
Yeah. Some people just like, look, I'm just going to be single.
Because I don't know what I'm doing. I don't even know how I got to that point.
Yeah.
But I can't do it to you no more.
That's true.
You know, that's the thing.
Now that part I agree with.
And so that one is a little complex for me, and I just can't say that it's BS. I know.
All right.
I know.
We're gonna, you know.
All right, we're gonna move on to number 4. If you can't love me at my worst, you can't love me at my best.
I got a question for everybody saying, I want to know what you got to say about that. What's your best and what's your worst? Do you even know? Do people even know what their worst is? Like,
Yeah.
you don't know you at your worst until you at your worst, and you don't know you at your best until you at your best. So how could one say that? You may think that you at your worst and find out
You can get a lot
you
lower.
can get a lot lower. Life is like, oh yeah, hold my drink, hold my drink,
Hold my drink, hold my beer.
man. So like, I feel like that to say something like that means that you are like giving somebody the responsibility of being okay with you being broken, and that may be people that are okay with it, but you deserve it. You deserve the opportunity for yourself to get yourself under wraps before you put the onus on somebody else to say, I'm at my worst, and if you don't want me now, don't come in. Like, listen, some people may be waiting on you to catch up to them. Like, maybe like, man, like I really like this person, but where I am in my life and where they are in their life, it's not going to work.
Yeah.
You know, and sometimes you have to elevate to be with your soulmate. Ooh. Bars.
I know
All right.
that when you have standards for yourself, you can have them without even being all the way together.
Yeah, you can.
And you can overlook a lot of things, or you can go out and say, I only want this, and I only want that, and I only want this and that. That means you don't want a lot of people that's at their worst.
Yeah.
And that means a lot of people don't want you.
At your worst.
At your worst.
So how you going to...
So that is real. It's not realistic.
Yeah.
It's not all the way realistic. Now, I understand that a lot of people struggle, and then they have real love in the middle of their struggle. And then those are the people that you feel deserves you at your best.
Right.
And the people that neglected you or bashed you or treated you like crap when you were at your worst, of course, they don't deserve you at your best.
They didn't deserve you at your worst.
Absolutely. That's the thing.
Right.
They didn't deserve you then and now. That's what it is. And that cliche should be switched around.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and it should be worded differently. This should not be a thing
If you
anymore
don't
because it's BS.
deserve me at my worst, then I cannot love you at my best.
At my best.
Come on, somebody.
Come on, somebody. And because, I mean, that's the truth. That's the
Yeah.
reality of it.
It is.
Yes, me and him, we have both been at our worst in this relationship. And we have been around for each other.
Yes.
And it has
Supported
not,
each other.
we have supported each other. It's not been an easy thing, but we've been there, and we've been in contribution to things moving on to greater.
Right.
You know, it just, and those, we are the ones that are deserving of the best from each other.
Right. And like, how could I be upset with her if she say, like, I have a lot on my plate, and right now where you are in your life and where I am in my life, it's just not going to work.
Yeah.
How could I could get upset, but am I right for it? You know, am I right for somebody not wanting to take responsibility for my glow up, my come up?
Yeah.
You know, if it's that's up to me.
Absolutely.
You know, so don't put that, you know, don't. You know, you may run
cannot-
into somebody from your past that you dated and it didn't work, and now y'all are completely different places in life. They grew, you've grown, and it may work perfectly.
Yeah.
So,
This is
but
a
if
new
you-
person. You're a new person.
Yeah, y'all are not the same people anymore.
Yeah.
So to say that, well, you didn't like me when I was broke, busted, and disgusted, and now that I'm rich and flying high, you want to be on? No, it don't matter. It don't matter.
What
If
do
it
you
works,
want?
it works. Yeah.
Yeah. What
Can
do
they
you
bring
want?
to the table at that junction what you need and what you want? Like, is that what they're bringing?
Yes. And I mean, of course, don't deal with ungrateful people, and don't deal with people that are opportunists, of course. You know, but we can differentiate between the two. We know when somebody
Mooching.
really could not handle what you are going through, and to help themselves and you, they had to move on. You got to be real about that.
Yeah.
There are people that I've come across that were just not ready yet. And they could have fussed and fighted about, okay, you being real cold and you cutting me off and all this other type of stuff. You were not ready yet. And they have to deal with that on their own. You know, and it's no hard feelings. It's not about materialistic things. It's just about, I still have to watch out for myself, and you got work to do on yourself.
Yeah.
That's it.
And there's nothing wrong with that. It ain't nothing
Take
wrong
the time to do
it.
it.
Take the time to do it. You want somebody to love you at your best, and at your worst, or you want somebody to love you at your worst, are you gonna love somebody at their worst?
Yeah. Man, this could get real deep. Will you love somebody at their worst?
Would you love somebody? Would you go get a homeless man off the street and say, man, I had a conversation with you and I really felt like we connected. Let me bring you in my home and get you a...
No, they would.
That's not the worst, huh? All right, that's extreme. I'm sorry.
Anyway.
On to the next.
On to the next. Because we can go on for a long time about it. If you have any more questions or wonder how we feel about something, please.
Yeah, and if you're just tuning in, like, subscribe, share. If you just tuning in. Who knows? Somebody could have just... Come on, man.
We're on the last one anyway.
Number 5.
Number 5. Never settle for anything less than a fairy tale. Please lead on this one.
I just got a slight migraine. All right. How do you know what your fairy tale is? What your fairy tale ending is? That is some Hallmark, Lifetime. That is some Tyler Perry movie.
Here we go.
That is, come on now. Like made in Manhattan. Like that's stuff like that.
Let's name all of them then.
It happens, Pretty Woman. It happens, but you cannot expect it. That's your future. You can't expect that. You might not be a fairy tale your doggone self, so you can't expect it. Like, can you be a fairy tale to someone else? That's why I like these questions and these cliches, is because if the shoe was on the other foot and you flip that shoe, are you a fairy tale to somebody else? Are you just bringing that type of like seasoning to the chicken party that you just like, man, full of flavor? You might not be. So you can't expect somebody else to be either. It's okay to want that, but to say not to settle for anything less than that, you got to have a starting point. You don't know, like, listen, most relationships, majority of relationships, pretty much all relationships are going to have bumps and bruises, just so much stuff. And to get to that fairy tale ending, you may go through it with somebody and it never becomes a fairy tale, and you don't know until you're like 50.
All I know is, because I feel as though you speaking to ladies.
I'm speaking to men too.
Okay.
What you mean?
Or anybody.
Men. I have friends on Facebook that are like, I want a woman under 30, no kids.
That's
60.
exactly. Thank you.
First of all, dude, you are trying to be a rapper at 35, and you want a woman with a doctorate. You want doctor somebody to support your rap career, bro, and you 35. You ain't. Come on now, like that's why I say you got to put the shoe on both feet.
See, that's the part that I was gonna get into. Like, okay, because there's a lot of people that want somebody that's got a booming career, clean and cook and raise kids while you sit around with your rap career. That's exactly what
spend the time in the studio. I'm in the studio. You hear me?
And I mean, no offense to anybody out there in the game, you know what I'm saying?
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
There's nothing wrong with that. If your hair is receding and you still getting out there's nothing wrong with that. But
shave it off. Don't do the LeBron.
You have to be realistic about where you are and what you can attract for the life that you're living. I mean, I understand that.
Yeah.
Now, I don't think that it's wrong to desire a fairy tale. You guys saw my car accident video. He fulfilled a fairy tale for me on his own, without anything. He wasn't trying. He wasn't like, okay, this is the one.
But
I'm coming out here.
Let me ask this: would you have known that? And I don't mean to cut you off, and I'm sorry, beautiful.
Go.
But would you have known or expected that from me?
No, I didn't expect it.
So how could you say? How could someone say, never settle for anything less than? Like, people may watch that video and be like, if my man ain't gonna do that for me, they may lead with that in the question. And like, if I was in a wreck 3 miles away and it was raining, would you run up there if you ain't had no car? Like, you can't. You don't. A man don't know. If she would have asked me that,
I didn't know that was my fairy tale either. It just was I just was swept away in it. And that's the thing. Like, if somebody, like, a fairy tale doesn't have to be a story that was already written.
Okay, I like that. I like how you put that.
You know what I'm saying? Somebody could just sweep you off your feet off of something that they straight up never expected. Period. And if somebody comes into your life, or you're looking for somebody to come into your life that shows you something different from what you've already dealt with or what you have already had in your life, that's like a fairy tale for me.
That I can understand. But to say not to expect anything less than that.
Okay.
Like it's the wording. Maybe it's the wording.
Maybe it's no, because I get it. Like, you can't expect all the fireworks and the glitz and the glam and the
like every
rags
real,
to riches.
Yeah, every real fairy tale, like, man, dude had to people have to go through a lot to get to their ending. Like it.
I just don't want to, and we talked about this earlier, I don't want to trump anybody's standards.
Mm-hmm.
If you feel like I need this and that and this and that in order for us to be something serious, and it's something that's well thought out, is who you are and what you need in your life, then and if it's like a fairy tale to somebody else, it doesn't matter. Go along with it.
Your standards are your standards.
Your standards are your standards. And that's the reason why I was ready to disagree with whatever he had to say. Because I don't want to trump anybody's standards. I had standards, and I've had people, I'm not going to say who they are or what they were to me, tell me that what I'm looking for in a man does not exist. Simple stuff. Like holding hands.
I'm holding hands, booty, ears, lips. Give me your lips.
Holding hands. Going to the grocery store with me. Like spending time with me. And thinking of a date before I even think of a date. Like, stuff like that. Planning a date is what I mean. Planning a date before I have to plan it. That was unrealistic to some people. And that's not fair. And so that's why I don't want to trump anybody's fairy tale. It may be as simple as somebody coming and seeing you when you're in a car accident, like it was for me. So that's how I feel about
What
that.
is your fairy tale?
What is your fairy tale?
In the comments, like, I want to hear some fairy. Like, what do you think a person should bring to the table in a relationship? I really want to know. And before you type that up, please like, subscribe, and share this video as much as you can.
Oh,
please.
Lord.
We're trying to, come on, y'all. We're trying to give y'all as much of this as we can.
Yeah.
But yeah, tell us about some times, or tell us about a fairy tale that you may have. Tell us if you agree with what we're saying. I'm sure a lot of people are not going to agree with me. I know it comes with the territory. I think ridiculously sometimes.
No,
so it's okay.
I mean, you have a very complex mind, and then it's also very like sexy barbaric.
I am a barbarian.
I like it. Anyways, and I don't mind squaring up with you about it. It's okay.
I can see by your little.
You hear me? But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys who have subscribed.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Man, it's amazing how quick we have gotten subscribers.
We've got like 30.
Yeah, we had like 30
subscribers.
in 48 hours. Come on, y'all. Keep them coming, and we're going to keep it coming. You keep it coming, we keep it coming. And that's the way we're going to keep rocking.
All right. Love you guys, and peace.
Love, peace, chicken grease.
TevOllie Talk.
TevOllie Talk out.